I'm Doug Martell with the Ann Arbor Police Department. I stopped you for a stop sign violation. I need to see your license, registration, and your proof of insurance, please.
Okay. What were the three things?
Your driver's license, the registration for the car, and a proof of insurance.
Okay. Here's my license.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brent. I see you live here in Ann Arbor.
I do.
Okay.
Yes. I think that's insurance.
That looks like it.
And that, I think that's registration?
That is the registration from the state. You're driving this 16 Kia.
Okay.
And it looks like you have insurance good through August of 18. Did you notice the stop sign back there at the intersection that you ran through?
I thought I guess not. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, stop means you have to stop completely, and when you roll through it, that's a violation, okay?
Okay.
All right. So if you just want to sit tight, I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes, okay?
Okay.
You're all set. I'm going to give you your license, registration, your proof of insurance back. I'm just going to give you a warning today.
Okay.
Okay. You look like the kind of person that could learn just as much from a warning as you would from getting a traffic ticket.
Absolutely. So thank you, sir.
Make sure you stop fully when you come to those stop signs, okay? For your safety and for the law too, okay?
Right. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yep.
All right. Hey, everyone. I just went through a traffic stop. I did not go through that stop sign, but that was a situation we just wanted to do with you with Officer Martell here from the Ann Arbor Police Department. However, I want to do a little Q&A with him now so you all know if you were ever to get stopped, you know, what to look for. So Officer Martell, do you want to go through a couple of things maybe that we weren't able to do in that simulation?
Absolutely. One of the things that you'll need to remember is that everybody that gets stopped by the police is going to be nervous. So just try to calm down, do the best you can. Be polite to the officers, and cooperation goes a very long way with police officers. When they approach, you know, roll your window down. Different officers are going to have a different kind of spiel that they go through, and that just happens to be mine. So if it's not exactly like mine, what you hear from the officer, it's okay. But just remember to be polite and be cooperative with them. Things that officers look for when we walk up on the car is if there's a lot of movement inside the car, that's going to officer on kind of high alert. So just be as still as you can in the car. If you have passengers in the car, urge them to be still also. Keep your hands where we can see them. That's a big thing for us as police officers, that we can see your hands, because if we can see your hands, then we know what's in or not in them, and that can help us feel more at ease. Expect the officer to have some questions for you. They might be asking you where you're coming from, where you might be going, who else is in the car with you, but they should tell you what you've been stopped for. They're going to ask for 3 documents. One is going to be your driver's license, the other one will be the proof of insurance for the car, and the other one is the registration for the car. It's probably a good idea for you, once you start driving by yourself, to know what those documents look like and where they're stored in the car. Ultimately, the person driving the car is responsible for that. So say you're driving your grandmother's car and your license plate is expired and the officer decides to write you a ticket for it, you get the ticket, not your grandmother. There's electronics now, so you can actually get an electronic proof of insurance, and we accept those as police officers. If you have a smartphone, comes up, if you have the technology, you know how to do it, you can actually bring up an electronic proof of insurance on your smartphone, which will cover the paper version. You don't think you ran a red light, or you don't think you were speeding, or you don't think you ran a stop sign, that traffic stop time is not the time to argue. There's always a chance that you can take the traffic ticket to court and explain the situation in front of a judge or a magistrate, and that's where those things are hashed out. We don't hash those things out on the road. If the ticket's been issued, there isn't really any argument at that point. The time to argue that would be in court, not out on the street. We try to choose the best we can where we stop cars, which is safest for the driver that we're stopping and safest for the officer. So we try not to stop on hills or around curbs. So when you see those lights, it's time to pull over because the officers decided that that's where we want you to stop. It's not, you don't continue on and pull off in a place where you think you want to pull off. Pull off where the officer is trying to stop you. So when you see the lights, pull over to the right and stop there. And also remember that depending on where the officer is stopping you, that officer may approach the driver's side of the car, they may approach the passenger side of the car. And that's going to be dependent on what the officer feels is safest for them. And you may have two officers. If it's a two-officer car, then you may have an officer on each side of the car.
Thank you so much.
All right,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you.
And hopefully you
Okay.
never see him or one of his fellow officers on the road because you're going to drive the All-Star way.